Hello and welcome back. I am so glad you decided to tune in today. You have just boosted my motivation through the roof to work on my new lesson for motivation. We have heard a few stories already on motivation and mindset, but we have not sat down and started to really learn, but we will get there. Now, you, my little human, are the best motivation that anyone could have because you are amazing. But let me slow my flow. I am just so excited to teach you this, but we must start from the beginning. So that I make sure I leave nothing out, because I tend to do that a lot. I don't mean to, but we just want to start from the beginning. So where exactly is the beginning? Well, I guess the definition. I guess that would be the beginning, yes. So let's start there. Let me see here. Let me look it up. I'm going to look at the definition in this big old book called a dictionary. Now give me just a minute. But for those of you that do not know, the dictionary is a big book with lots of words. It tells you all their meanings. Just an absolutely amazing resource. Anyway, I'm going to take a look here and see what it says. Alright, almost there. Right after the I, right before N. Then we have to go to the next letter, which is I. And after that, and before H, right before J, and then the next letter. And here we are. Here we go. So, Mr. Rebs says that it means the general desire or willingness of someone to do something. This is a great definition in my general opinion. But like most dictionaries though, they all have some really good definitions for almost every single word that they have in their dictionary. Anyways, I believe that everybody has motivation. The trick is to guiding that motivation, to channel it, to be able to be motivated to do great things. I say everyone is motivated because everybody there has something that they want to do. For example, mine is to talk to you. I am very motivated to be sure that I can communicate with you every day. And that is why I am so meticulous, I think is the way that you pronounce this word down on earth. But I am very meticulous on how I maintain my communication device. It is always up and running, so that way we can talk whenever you are ready. Can you name some things that you notice you are naturally motivated to do? Awesome. That all sounds like great, amazing, awesome, stupendously great things. So, motivation is being able to just get started with something without being asked. That is why I say we need to learn to channel it and to control it. So instead of wanting to be the next level on a video game, we can get motivated to make school lunches healthier. Can you name something that you would change if you had motivation for it? That's a really great idea. Can you see the differences between the two? Why is it so much harder to get motivated to do that idea than want to score a goal in your next soccer game or anything else that you may have put on your first list? Maybe it's like the amount of people, maybe the work that it will take to get it, maybe you don't even know where to start. Maybe it's because you are afraid of being judged. Name some differences that you personally see between your first list of things that you have created and the second list of things that you have created. The things that you felt like that if you had motivation for, that they would change the world. These are all things that we are going to look at in these lessons to get past it. To be able to be motivated on anything that we choose that we want to be motivated on. Motivation though, here's the tricky part. Motivation is not just being able to get started, but it is able to keep going. Motivation is the power to that when you fall down, that you are able to get back up. Can you tell me a time when you were motivated to do something, then you lost motivation before you even finished it? Now that is what the lack of motivation feels like. Did you like that very much? It probably felt very hard to get whatever you were doing done, wasn't it? Name some of the things that you use as excuses that you made up of doing instead of doing the task that you really wanted to get done in the first place. Maybe it was to go get a drink of water, or maybe you suddenly began hungry, or maybe you just had to go all of a sudden spontaneously go and have a dance party. All these kinds of different things are excuses that we have to get over. It is the motivation that we have to start the project and lead it all the way out to the end. And it can be very hard until you are able to teach yourself and train yourself into these different avenues. These avenues that are things that everybody gets distracted on. It's normal for adults and for humans and animals and everybody of any walks of life. It is a normal occurrence for people to get distracted. But that is why we have to learn how to stay motivated. Staying motivated is the key reason that most things do not get done. Because we will be motivated to see that we have this awesome project in our mind. Then we will start working and working and working. And then maybe we come and we hit the wall, as they so to say. Hitting a wall, when you hit the wall, you don't go no more. You go boom, kapow, not good. So that is what happens when we lose motivation. We do not feel like doing as much things as we want to do anymore. And that is not okay. We have to learn the motivation to keep on going and to always keep making ourselves better. Because if we lose the motivation to want to make ourselves better, that is when we are going to stay stagnant. And we will also talk about that in the lesson as well. So don't worry. This is just a gentle overview. I want you to fully learn and be able to identify what the feeling of having motivation is. Having motivation is when you are about to start the race and you're running around the track, you're running, and you want to win first place. So now the second place guy has passed you up and you are like, oh my gosh, you're so scared. You don't want to lose. Because winning is so much funner, right? Of course, it's so much funner. But that's not the only reason. See, we have to, even if we lose, we have to use that as motivation. If we are able to use that as motivation, then we'll be able to go work out and we are able to get stronger and faster and better. So the next time we face him or anybody or her or anybody else, we are able to excel. We are able to be amazing. Not so that we can personally beat somebody else, but so that we are becoming a better human ourselves. Rather it is in fitness or rather it is in just being a better person and helping the most people that we can while we are down here on earth. Well, you are down here on earth. I am in here. But we can talk about them differences later. So, excuses are everywhere. Just remember that. And I'm not a doctor, and I will do anything in my power to make you better and to heal the excuses, because the excuses are always ways that we try to stay away from things. We try to stay away from things that are not motivating us by making excuses on why that we are not going to do them. We are actually essentially tricking our mind into thinking that we want to do other things rather than the most important task that was at hand. And now we have to just push it off and push it off. This is called procrastination. And we must avoid this at any cost possible. Now, that is the power of excuses. Let me tell you the power of motivation. If you are able to harness the power of motivation, there is nothing that you cannot do. There is nothing that you cannot conquer. There is nothing that you can't overcome. The challenges and problems in your way face no chance against the power of motivation. Like I said, we have heard a few stories of motivation within the time that we have been together and the times that I've had people into the studio, into my lab. But we have to break it down and we have to figure out what causes these amazing people to stay motivated. And that is where we're going to break it down. And we are going to think about it and we're going to learn about it. Now, don't think that this is going to be just another boring lesson. These lessons are going to be amazing. And they are going to be so much fun. I have so much things intact. I have activities and lessons and podcasts. And don't let me just throw you the fun. Let's just get to the next lesson. So if you don't mind, just tune in tomorrow whenever you want. It does not matter to me. Just tune in whenever you are ready and we will get to the next lesson. So just remember, I have to remind you to always remember to always uplift, empower, and enlighten whenever you get the chance. Now, just remember that this journey will be long. but this journey will be fun. Thank you for being my very best friend. Have a good night. I will see you tomorrow.